In this exercise, we are going to do 3 problems which complement the topics that were covered in classes 1, 2, and 3. Begin by making a subdirectory on your D drive called class3. And then within that subdirectory, we're going to have 3 folders called exercise 1, 2, and 3. In the first exercise, you're going to have one file called index.html. And this is what it's going to look like when you finish. You're going to have an H2, this is an H2, followed by an unordered list, which are characterized by the bullets, and then nested inside, you're going to have ordered lists. Now, this is a really important exercise to master because we ask nested lists on about 2 or 3 tests, and half the class gets it wrong. So pause the video right now and see if you can get this exercise correct. Then I'll take it up. Okay, here's the solution to the first problem. As you can see, we have the body, then we have an H2 begin and end, then we have the unordered list, which is the list on the outside, and then we have list items which belong to the unordered list, as shown here, and then we have nested inside the ordered list. Now, it's really, really important that the location of this LI is correct. So when people get this wrong, what they do is they have the LI here, and then this ordered list is kind of in no man's land. It doesn't have any list item to surround it. So it's important that you do this. Here's something else you can do. You can go to the HTML validator, HTML5 validator, this one right here, W3C, and go to the 3rd tab. And once you're at the 3rd tab, you just go Control A, Control C, and then you can put the contents in here and go check. Now, if everything's correct, the validator comes back with this green box telling you that things are fine. But like I said before, here's what people do and they get it wrong. I just want to show you what the validator says about that. So when you have it like this, if we go back to that validator, Control A and then backspace to get rid of everything. Over here, Control A, Control C, and then call it up, 3rd tab again, and we go check. This is the error message. It's a little cryptic. It says error, element ordered list not allowed as child of UL in this context. This is cryptic, but it's saying that you've done the nested list wrong. And the problem is this right here. So that LI has got to be here. And that's how you do a nested list correctly. Okay, on to the next problem. Okay, for exercise 2, you're going to have a subdirectory called exercise 2, and inside it, it's going to have an images directory and an index.html. Inside the images directory, you're going to have the picture of a celebrity, any celebrity you want. So go out on Google, find the celebrity, and save the file in images. Okay, so now that you've got the image, when we double click on the index.html, this is what you're going to have. You're going to have an H2 again. This image is going, notice the mouse over. When I mouse over his name, I get in a small little yellow box, Brad Pitt. And this is called a fig caption. So this needs to be there. The picture needs to be there. The mouse over needs to be there. There needs to be an alt tag with this image and the H2. So at this point, pause the video and let's see if you can make that happen. Okay, let's take this up. So if we have a look, we have our standard head information, photo gallery item, but this is really important, the structure. We have a figure on the outside, that's the outside container, and then the image is right here, and the fig caption has to be inside the figure container, because if it's outside the figure container, you're going to get an error with the validator. Now, what we then do is we point to the right file with the source property, every image has to have an alt tag. That's compulsory. And the next three are optional. So we have a title, and we have a width and a height. Now, the units by default are pixels. Okay, now we're going to do the third exercise. So for the third exercise, we have one file, index.html, and this is what it looks like. Now you can zoom in and out with, hold your finger on the control and use the mouse scroll wheel to go up and down. We have an H2 here, and then we have a bunch of character entities. Now, to find out the code or the mnemonic for the character entity, go to Google, for example, like this, and type in HTML5 character entities. And then I like this reference chart one, but any of them will do. And look for the character that you need. So we have the copyright symbol, the less than symbol, the lowercase mu, a bullet, the ampersand, and a registered trademark character. Also, too, it's important that this is a description list. So this is a description title and then description detail, description title, description detail. So practice that description list as well. Okay, pause the video and then see if you can produce this file without looking at the solution. Okay, so this is the solution. Here's our description list right here. And then here's the description titles. And then you have the individual description details. Now, some of the characters, the more popular ones, have a mnemonic that you can remember and use it to call up the character. Others, you've got to type in the serial number or the code if you like. Whenever you type in the code, you got to remember this pound sign. And whether it's a mnemonic or a code, you need the ampersand and you need the semicolon to start and end the character entity. Okay, the next step, what we want to do is zip up this directory of questions and name it properly. So in order to do that, we go to this particular subdirectory that contains each of the items, and we right click on it and we go down to send to, and we go compressed file folder. And that produces this. Now, anytime you submit something to me, you're going to say class3 and then your name, hyphen your last name, and then your student number. So I can actually, if I want, get rid of this completely. I guess I can't, but I could. And anytime I want, when you have a zip file, everything's schmunched inside, I can extract the zip file anytime. And upon doing that, I'm left with my exercises and all my files. So this concludes the class 3 homework assignment, and I hope you got it all. Thank you for watching.